y'all, it's Mikey T, the movie star. I'm back with another exclusive. It looks like Juicy J is preparing his new album, The Hustle Continues. That's right, Juicy J released his first record independently through E1 Records, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, y'all. I think there's a lot of people out there that support Juicy J, support 3-6 Mafia, and I wanted to tap into it today with y'all because they got a huge market. Memphis, you know what I mean? The South, it's just a major thing. It's your boy Mikey T, the movie star. I'm back with another exclusive for y'all. Everybody that's watching this video, I want you to follow me on the gram. It's Mikey T _ the movie star. Everybody who follows me based on this video, I'm going to follow you guys back immediately. It's no Hollywood shit on my end, you guys. I'm probably that one blogger that you're going to find here on the net that's going to follow you back immediately. You're going to be able to hit me up, possibly even come on the platform. You know what I mean? Let's work, y'all. Follow me on the gram, Mikey T _ the movie star. I will be following you guys right back. But today, I want to talk about Juicy J. He actually got started with the group 3-6 Mafia, but once he linked up with Wiz, you know what I mean? Once he linked up with Wiz Khalifa and Taylor Gang, and he was able to showcase himself as a solo artist, man, it was just out. He was out of here. You know what I mean? The general public always really took to Juicy J and the group the most. There was a lot of members of 3-6 that you took to. Everybody loved DJ Paul. When Crunchy Black, he became a mainstay of 3-6 Mafia as well. You know what I mean? That trio right there was really it for me when it came to 3-6 Mafia. But Juicy J has reached a point where he's no longer signed to a major. He's reached a point where he's doing an independent deal, and you would gotta think this would be a major thing for Juicy, right? Because Juicy has established so many fans out there throughout the years. Millions of people know Juicy J's name. So let's take a look at this, guys, because Juicy J is actually going to be releasing an album called The Hustle Continues. I got the release date here for you guys, the concept, we got a track list, and all you need to know about the rapper's 5th album. Definitely a big shout out to all the websites reporting on Juicy J right now. I was actually reading through a Entertainment Weekly magazine, and Juicy J actually was speaking on working with Young Buck and the other 3-6 Mafia members, 8 Ball and MJG on the old record Stay Fly. This was released in 2005, and it's mostly what a lot of you guys know 3-6 Mafia for. You know what I mean? When Crunchy Black was on the joint and Young Buck was rocking with G-Unit, and he jumped on the joint and gave it that much more mainstream light. So, Stay Fly took us to another level, Juicy J says. This is what he told Entertainment Weekly magazine, one of the dopest publications that I've been reading for a number of years. Juicy J also said, it's like 1 minute we're doing shows in small hole-in-the-wall spots, and the next thing you know, we're traveling all over the world. So you can just see right there, this record that he did with Young Buck and 8 Ball and MJG really took 3-6 Mafia to a whole nother level, to the point where they dropped Poppin' My Collar next. Me personally, I don't think it had as big of an effect, even though it was featured in a lot of movies. I think Stay Fly was, well, I guess you could say Stay Fly was the breakthrough, and then Poppin' My Collar was really a mainstream heavy record that they had. They went on to, win an Oscar. You know what I mean? They went on to sign major deals. They went on to have television deals as well. So, Juicy J actually producing his own independent album, I think it's a natural progression. So Juicy actually released 2 singles to start this album off. And the album really has a star-studded track list, to be honest with you guys. They got Young Dolph on there, Little Baby, Ty Dolla $igns, Megan Thee Stallion. The first single that he released with Wiz was actually called Goddamn High. Goddamn High. So this album was actually slated to release on October 14th, but it's been pushed back to November 27th. This album is coming out under E1. I believe I actually was reading a quote from Juicy J in regard to the president of E1. He said, Alan Grumblatt gave 3-6 Mafia our first deal. He believed in me, and then he believed in what I'm doing today as an artist and as a producer. It made the most sense to release The Hustle Continues independently, and E1 gave me the best deal where I own 100% of my masters. That's definitely a big thing in the music industry this day and age, owning your masters, you guys. As I said, the album's going to be coming out on November 27th. Singles that have already been released feature Wiz Khalifa. That's a joint called Goddamn High. And then that's also produced by Lex Luger. Salute Lex Luger. Dude came on the scene heavy back in the day. This time, Juicy J also has another single with NLE Choppa. And a lot of you guys remember NLE Choppa from being really outrageous and rambunctious in that one video that he had with Birdman, where he was just, you thought he was going to be the next rapper signed to Birdman. But I mean, how many times have we thought that in the past? When you look at Glock 9 or whatever, he got arrested. He had paperwork on Birdman's page actually signing to him. I wonder what was going with that. R.I.P. BTY Youngin. But so the second single actually features NLE Choppa, so you got to imagine that's got to be some turned up energy from Juicy J. The album is called The Hustle Continues, you guys. Some of the tracks on the album. Let's go over the track list that Juicy J released. Best Group, Goddamn High featuring Wiz, Spend It featuring Lil Baby and 2 Chainz, Killa featuring Conway, Shopping Spree, and Young Dolph. Oh, wow, that's crazy. So Juicy J actually has Young Dolph on the album. Crunchy Black actually just did an interview where he was talking about all the dissension between Young Dolph, Yo Gotti, and how it's possibly over the King of Memphis title. So interesting to see Juicy J is featuring Young Dolph. Poe Up, he's got ASAP Rocky featured on that. Wow, 1995, Juicy J is actually featuring Logic, you guys. Logic has come out and sold a ton of records. We know Juicy J can move, just under 100,000. I've seen him move in a solo project while he was working with Wiz. So you got to imagine he's moving upwards of 50,000 units with this album. The Hustle Continues. And like he said, 100% of his masters. So right now he's looking at making bangers that are going to be played in movies, that are going to be used on television, that are going to be used in commercials. He's going to want to make records like that. Like you could see with Goddamn High, he's trying to make some sort of an anthem with that record. He's got Spend It, Lil Baby and 2 Chainz. But let's get back on track. He had 1995 with Logic. Interesting concept record probably right there. What I Need, that's a solo record. Then we get right back into this Memphis association. The Way It Goes, Juicy J featuring Key Glock. Interesting. Young Dolph's younger cousin, Young Dolph's associate, his first artist on Paper Route Empire, Paper Route Entertainment. Young Key Glock featuring on The Way It Goes with Juicy J. 2 records for Logic, you guys. The second record is called Shawty Bad. So that's interesting. We're going to be able to hear Logic on a different type of vibe. Loaded Up with NLE Choppa. I was speaking about that a few minutes ago. You should definitely be interested to hear what they cook up together. That's gotta, if it was popping in the clubs right now, I imagine that would be playing. She Gon' Pop featuring Megan Thee Stallion and Ty Dolla $ign. That's got hit potential written all over it. I remember when I was actually interviewing O'Malley at the Batcave. And, that's one of the times when Gilly came in and told O'Malley, yo, Young, you need to give Mikey T, the movie star, the best interview because he's going to put all the information out there like crazy. So I really salute Gilly for co-signing me with O'Malley. But in the middle of that interview with O'Malley, Ty Dolla $ign actually walked in and I was able to introduce myself to Ty Dolla $ign, just because of the fact that he wanted to say what's up to O'Malley. So it actually paused out the interview for a second. But it was dope to actually meet somebody like Ty Dolla $ign working in the same studio that we were working in. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a record called, Juicy J has a record called Take It. This is featuring Rico Nasty. Wow, Rico Nasty, huh? That's interesting that he's got Rico Nasty on there and Lord Infamous from 3 6 Mafia. Memphis to LA with J-Rock and Project Pat. Interesting twist right there to put Project Pat on that record with the West Coast cat J-Rock. And then the final track on the album is called In a Minute. Man, that'd be interesting if records like In a Minute or records like Loaded Up or Shawty Bad or Goddamn High, if these records could catch on, you know what I mean? I think that'll put Juicy J in a whole nother position if he can start releasing joints on an independent label where he owns all of his masters. I think we could start hearing a lot more Juicy J music in a lot of different places, y'all. Yeah. That's just my personal opinion on this situation. Juicy J seems like he's got a fire album, y'all. So that's coming out November 27th. I appreciate everybody tuning in for this video. I hope you like some of the new dynamics that I'm doing, some of the new type of things that I'm trying to do with the channel, talking about albums and talking about different artists that you don't always hear me talk about. Because, you know, this channel is going to stay supporting ARAB, though. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that were previously incarcerated. You just got out of jail and you're tapping in with the brand, or you got a friend or a family member that's locked up. And guys, I got the perfect website for you. It's Non-Stop Connections.com. This is the perfect place to meet not so perfect people, but with good hearts. Non-Stop Connections is a pen pal correspondence service that helps incarcerated men find positive people and new friends to communicate with while serving their debt to society. We are also actively involved with helping inmates find employment, positive programming, and housing when available in their areas upon their release. They've also got an accompanying magazine. Ooh-wee magazine, you guys. I want everyone to tap in with this new rising magazine. Everybody should know that this magazine is actually very informative. If you're coming out of jail recently, if you have somebody in your family or a friend that's recently been incarcerated or released, this is going to help you. There's all type of articles in there, like one that I was reading, 11 mindsets learned in prison made me mentally unstoppable. You're going to have all types of different reads in this magazine like that. There's also another article in there about rappers like Young Rambo. There's an article about Asian the Brat in a new edition that I was seeing on a cover. There's a lot of different stuff in Ooh-Wee magazine, and I want y'all to tap in. I want everyone to tap in with Ooh-Wee magazine. The link for it is going to be in the description. This magazine is also available in the jails as well. So it would be good to, you know, give, if you got a friend or a family member, a loved one locked up, get them a subscription for this magazine, you guys, and get one for yourself as well. If you got a friend or a family member that's an artist, get them in tune with this magazine early, you know what I mean? So they don't got to break their back to be getting involved in print publications as they're trying to rise and progress in their career. You know what I mean? I could tell you personally, I've written for magazines in the past, and just actually, you know, opening up a magazine and just seeing your picture in there, reading an article about yourself, it's really empowering, you guys. So I want you to tap in with Ooh-Wee magazine and www.nonstopconnections.com. Respect everyone, and follow me on the gram, Mikey T _ the movie star. Everybody that follows me based on this video, you're going to get the immediate follow back.